the crucifixion angle they did with Sandman and Raven? And what was the whole deal about that?
Well, actually, you know, of course the ECW is a little more hardcore, and I went to the event. They were basically promoting it as a more legitimate form of wrestling. Basically, what they told me, and this was in, I think, late 96, maybe early 97, they told me that it was more my kind of wrestling. Okay, they didn't tell me what it was. I never watched pro wrestling, so you have to understand, when I got there, I was a little bit surprised. And, you know, when I watched the first match, I was like, oh, my God. So they told me that I would commentate Taz's match with, I think, an Italian kid. I can't remember his name.
Guido?
Guido, jeez, why can't I remember that? And actually, they did a little bit of amateur wrestling at the beginning, so I commentated the match. And basically, that's all I had to do. And I started watching the rest of the match. And, you know, me being an Olympic champion that year, I did a lot of speaking to kids and a lot of inspirational speaking. Did a lot of speeches for churches and stuff like that. And not that it doesn't really matter what people do. It's just the fact that, you know, they misled me. And when I got there, they told me they wouldn't do anything unethical that would offend, you know, what I was doing. And he knew, you know, which direction I was going at that particular time. So Paulie wasn't really honest with me. And what happened is, here I was watching, I think it was Raven putting Sandman up on a cross, where Sandman's son was actually telling Raven to do it, you know, and he was getting into it, and there was blood everywhere, and that was fine. I mean, if that's a form of entertainment that people enjoy. But if you would have seen the reaction of the crowd, I mean, everybody was more in shock than they were entertained. And everybody just kind of started looking at each other, and they were just like, oh, you know, geez. And I looked at Paulie and I said, Paulie, you tell me this isn't going to be on TV right after I just commentated. And Paulie said, Kurt, I didn't know they were going to do it, whether he lied or not. He told me they didn't know they were going to do it, and he promised me it wouldn't be on TV, it would be on videotape. That was fine with me, but the problem was, I don't care what they do. They can do anything they want to do. They can put whoever on a cross. You know, it might offend me, but it might not offend other people. And that's the one thing I've learned about sports entertainment. There's something for everyone. But the thing is, Paulie wasn't honest with me, and that's the problem I had. So I told him if it aired on TV at the same time that I aired, that he'd probably be hearing from my attorney. So, you know, and I don't want anybody to think that I'm some, you know, idiot jerk that you know, won't let Paulie do what he wants to do. I'm just saying they weren't honest with me, and that's the problem I had with them, because I don't have a problem with whatever they want to do. I mean, this is a free country. You can do whatever you want. I was just a little bit offended that they would bring in an Olympic gold medalist that speaks to children for a living and have a little child helping someone put a guy up on the cross to crucify him. I just thought that was a little bit over edge.